to take a hot air balloon trip around the world. But where should I go? Maybe the Eiffel Tower in Paris? Or maybe the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy? Or maybe the Taj Mahal in India? There's so many choices. I don't know where I should go.
Welcome to Ryan's world.
This is so hard to choose.
Oh, hey, Ryan.
Oh, hey, Combo.
What are you doing there?
I'm trying to decide what place I could go to in my hot air balloon trip.
Well, I learned all these different places around the world in my history class.
Can you show me?
Sure. Here's some of my favorite places.
Okay.
The Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. The Eiffel Tower is a big metal tower in the center of Paris. It was built for the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. If you want to climb to the top, you'll have to climb 704 steps. That's a lot of steps! The Great Pyramid of Giza in the Giza Desert, Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the 7 wonders of the world. These pyramids were built during a time when there was no machines to lift things. That means these pyramids had to be built by hand. And it also means that there was no roadblocks. If I were building these pyramids back then, I would probably be super swole. Oh, yeah. The Statue of Liberty in New York, United States. Did you know that the Statue of Liberty was made in France in 1884? It was transported in 350 pieces and shipped to New York. The statue is made out of copper, which is normally a brown color, but being outside for so long has turned it into the iconic blue-green color that it is today. The Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a major tourist attraction in Italy that was built in 1399. The original height of the tower was 60 meters tall, or 160 feet. But since it was built on soft, unstable soil, it tends to lean over time. The lowest side at the moment is 56 meters, or 184 feet. The Great Wall of China in... drumroll please. China! The Great Wall of China is referred to as the Long Wall, since it is over 21,000 kilometers, or 13,000 miles long. The wall was made to protect the country from invading enemies, and it took over 2,000 years to finish building. Big Ben in London, England. Did you know that Big Ben is actually the bell of the tower, not the tower itself? The tower's name is the Elizabeth Tower since 2012, named after the current Queen of England. But originally, the tower was called the Clock Tower. How original. Stonehenge in England. Stonehenge is one of the biggest mysteries of the world. Stonehenge is a collection of stones made in a circle. The mystery of Stonehenge is how it was made. Stonehenge was made around 4,000 years ago, and the stones themselves trace the movements of the moon and the sun. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The Burj Khalifa is the world's tallest building, standing at 828 meters, or 2,716 feet tall. The Burj Khalifa is 3 times as tall as the Eiffel Tower and almost twice as tall as the Empire State Building. Other than being the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa holds 6 other world records. The tallest freestanding structure in the world, the highest number of stories in the world, highest occupied floor in the world, the highest outdoor observation deck in the world, has the elevator with the longest travel distance in the world, and has the tallest service elevator in the world. Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, United States. Completed in 1941, Mount Rushmore stands at 1,745 meters above sea level. The presidents chosen for Mount Rushmore were chosen for their contribution, expansion, preservation, and unification of the country. George Washington being the founding father, Thomas Jefferson for signing the Louisiana Purchase and the Declaration of Independence, Theodore Roosevelt for the industrial boom of the nation, and Abraham Lincoln because he led the country through the Civil War. Easter Island heads! resides in Easter Island! Completely isolated in the middle of the Pacific Island, the island is 3,700 kilometers west of the coast of Chile. The first recorded visitor to the island was April 5th, 1722, which happened to be Easter. Historians still don't know how they were carved or moved to the island since there are nearly 900 statues averaging 13 feet tall and 14 tons. That is one huge head. 4 head, more like a 5 head. The Taj Mahal in Agra, India. The Taj Mahal is a mosque, a building used for public worship by Muslims, built by the Mughal emperor in memory of his wife. The Taj Mahal was constructed with materials from all over the world, and over 20,000 people were involved in moving the building's materials. The Taj Mahal may be one of the most beautiful buildings ever built, but it is slowly being damaged by acid rain and pollution. Over time, the Taj Mahal is slowly getting more yellow due to the damage. The Buckingham Palace in London, England. Buckingham Palace has been the London home of the British King or Queen since 1837. While it is used by Elizabeth II, it is also used for important events, meetings, and receptions. Victoria Falls in Livingstone, Zambia. Victoria Falls is a waterfall on the Zambezi River in southern Africa, which provides habitat for several unique species of plants and animals. It is located on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe and is considered one of the world's largest waterfalls because of its width of 1,708 meters. Mount Fuji in Japan. Mount Fuji is an active volcano about 100 kilometers southwest of Tokyo. It is the country's tallest peak at 3,776 meters. Mount Fuji is considered one of Japan's 3 sacred mountains, and summits remain a popular activity today. Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Christ the Redeemer is a statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It was completed in 1931 and stands 30 meters or 98 feet tall and sits on an 8 meter or 26 feet pedestal on a peak that's 700 meters or 2,300 feet tall. That is one large dude! It's so tall that it's been struck by lightning twice, leaving it damaged, but it was luckily repaired in 2014. Machu Picchu in Peru. Machu Picchu is an Incan citadel high in the Andes Mountains in Peru. Built in the 15th century, it is known for combining huge walls without normal means for the time, and building mimic constellations in the sky. Its exact former use remains a mystery to this day. Niagara Falls, between Ontario, Canada and New York, United States. Niagara Falls is located on the border of Ontario, Canada and New York, USA. It is actually made up of 3 waterfalls called the American Falls, the Bridal Veil Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. Together, they create the highest flow rate of any waterfall on Earth. The Grand Canyon in Arizona, United States. The Grand Canyon is a famous canyon in Arizona, USA, formed by the Colorado River. The Grand Canyon is 277 miles or 446 kilometers long, up to 18 miles or 29 kilometers wide, and over a mile or 1.83 kilometers deep. The Grand Canyon has nearly 2 billion years of Earth's geological history exposed by the Colorado River cutting through the layers of rock. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef. It is made up of nearly 3,000 coral reefs and over 600 islands. It is 327,800 kilometers squared big and 2,600 kilometers long. That's just about the size of 70 million football fields! It's so big that astronauts can actually see the Great Barrier Reef from the moon. The Vatican City in Europe. The world's smallest country has a huge significance. Not only is the Catholic Holy City home to the Pope, but it also houses countless pieces of prized art and many years of great history. Baroque and Renaissance art and architecture characterize Vatican City and are displayed perfectly at one of the world's largest religious buildings, St. Peter's Basilica. Okay, Ryan, so those were my top 20 landmarks that I've learned so far.
That did help, but it's so hard to decide. All of them were good. You know what? I'm gonna go through all of them. Bye, guys. I'm gonna go on my hot air balloon now. I wonder where I'm gonna go next. Okay, thank you for watching. Remember, always stay happy and rise up. Bye.